All We Love, We Leave Behind is the 8th LP from hardcore punk/metalcore heavyweight Converge. Formed in 1990 in Salem, Massachusetts by vocalist Jacob Bannon and guitarist Kurt Ballou. Joining later but still current members are bassist Nate Newton and drummer Ben Kohler. Converge possesses technical wizardry with musicianship and audio mastering. Kurt Ballou is famed for giving hardcore music a crisp production without sacrificing rawness. They strive for minimal studio effects to give a more organic and live sound to the recordings. Converge's artistic pursuits put an emphasis on their visuals. Bannon creates Converge's album art. They feature acrylic, ink, and spray paint. They are great visual representations of their music, textured and vibrant colors that are angular and metallic. In addition to being aesthetically pleasing, the art has also been a source of inspiration to my creativity. In an interview with Vice, Bannon states, quote, "That's always been a huge part of what we have done. We are fans of bands that have cohesive aesthetics. Even though they may evolve and mutate, we just wanted them to be solid all the way through. My intention has always been to have evolving logos, to have different but related aesthetics that carry throughout the band. The Petitioning record doesn't look like the Jane record, but you can kind of see the path to get from one to the other. I want a band to tell a visual story. I hope to push things a bit from record to record." Bannon mentions in an interview with The Skinny, All We Love's album cover is, quote, "a metaphor for time and time passing. I think it complemented the title quite well and was a nice juxtaposition to the rest of the packaging of the record. The rest of the art is very vibrant and very explosive, so I wanted a calm before the storm kind of moment to lead you into this deep textural music." Continuing through these interviews, Bannon goes on, "Our approach to songwriting and my approach to lyric writing has always been writing personal songs and documenting things within my life, either specifically or in a metaphorical way. Each song is self-contained. When we were coming up with a track sequencing for the record, it took a lot of effort. We had like 11 different sequences that we were trying out. We ultimately came to a scientific and emotional decision to go with the one that we did. All of the albums are individual songs with personal stories intertwined within them. Opening track Aimless Arrow follows a child of divorce lost in the world. It exemplifies a notable quality Converge possesses, which is to create a heavy song that maintains raw emotions. My first exposure to them was the masterpiece Jane Doe, a monumental achievement for underground music. It was difficult for me to get into their music for a while. Jacob's demonic and indecipherable vocals seemed insurmountable to my listening enjoyment. In an interview with Vice, Jacob mentions his specific vocals, stating, "There's tons of scar tissue and damage that's been done to me that makes my voice sound the way I do, and I can't apologize for that or change it." Over time and repeated attempts, I came to recognize Bannon's vocals as another unique instrument and its significance to their work. Bannon continues, "The only thing that I'm ever concerned with when I'm doing that is capturing the emotion and the intention of my lyrical content. I feel like I'm one with it. I'm not trying to create a heavy song to sound heavy or a violent song to sound violent. I just try to capture the emotion that's within the written words. It's an honest thing for me when I write." Second track Trespasses starts like a freight train with blast beats and a runaway solo. Nate offers Mad Dog backup vocals for extra heaviness. Fourth track Sadness Comes Home is my favorite off the album. It has catchy hooks, more unrelenting drumming, and massive breakdowns. Fifth track, Empty on the Inside, has a meaty bass line that leads the way as drums and then guitar pile on for a groove that builds until the roaring end. This song also has a favorite trademark of mine within hardcore and Converge of incorporating feedback within a breakdown or riff. Sixth track, Sparrows Fall, has the inspiring lyrics of "Don't live as the echo, but thrive as the sound." Glacial pace decelerates the album's breakneck tempo temporarily, also providing an infectious guitar hook. It ends on a massive breakdown. Eighth track No Light Escapes opens like dozens of flinging sledgehammers. Tenth track Veins and Veils opens with a groovy bass line. 11th track Coral Blue is clean vocals and more catchy guitar hooks. Thirteenth track On My Shield. I like this scraping metal picking sound about 50 seconds in. Fifteenth track All We Love We Leave Behind is a great track with atmosphere and attitude. The lyrics are about Jacob's dog dying and his regret for not being there enough for it due to touring. Sixteenth track Runaway is pure fury. The final track, Predatory Glow, makes no effort to slow the album down for its conclusion. Jacob has said, "The most recent music we are making is always our sharpest and most accurate representation of our collective character." Converge has managed to remain relevant and influential for 30 years. Each album is a solid release that sends lasting ripples through punk and metal subgenres. All We Love may not be as renowned as Jane Doe, yet it is a solid representation of Converge and an album that I'm continually drawn back to.